America, the land of opportunity. We hear it all the time. But for millions, that opportunity feels like a distant dream. Poverty is a harsh reality in the USA, a stark contrast to the prosperity we often see. In a country as wealthy as ours, it's almost impossible to believe that so many struggle to put food on the table. Families are forced to choose between rent and healthcare, education and basic necessities. The gap between the rich and the poor keeps widening. This division threatens the very fabric of American society. We need to ask ourselves, what does it mean to live in a nation where so many are left behind? Poverty is a complex issue, with many factors contributing to its persistence. Lack of access to quality education traps generations in a cycle of poverty. Without proper education, opportunities for well-paying jobs remain limited. Affordable healthcare is another major obstacle. Medical debt is a leading cause of bankruptcy, pushing families further into poverty. The lack of affordable housing is a crisis in many parts of the country. Families are forced to spend a disproportionate amount of their income on rent, leaving little for other essentials.
Section 4. Faces of Poverty, Real Stories, Real Struggles. Behind the statistics are real people with real stories. Meet me, Sarah, a single mother of two working 2 minimum wage jobs. I struggle to pay rent and put food on the table. My dream of a better life for my children feels impossible.
I'm John, a veteran, and I found myself homeless after losing my job and struggling with PTSD. I rely on food banks and shelters, my dignity stripped away. These are just 2 examples of the millions of Americans facing the harsh realities of poverty every day. Our stories remind you that poverty is not just a statistic, it's a human tragedy.
These are our neighbors, our fellow citizens, and they deserve our compassion and support.
Section 5. A Grim Future, the Price of Inaction. If we fail to address poverty, the consequences will be dire. The cycle of poverty will continue, trapping future generations in a life of struggle. The gap between the rich and the poor will widen, leading to social unrest and instability. A society that ignores its most vulnerable members is a society on the brink. The cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of intervention. We need to invest in our people, in education, healthcare, and affordable housing.
Section 6. Time to act. Breaking the chains of poverty. Breaking the cycle of poverty requires a collective effort. We need to demand action from our elected officials, support policies that create jobs, provide affordable housing, and ensure access to quality education and healthcare.
Volunteer at local organizations fighting poverty. Donate to food banks, shelters, and educational programs. Every little bit helps. We can make a difference. It's time to bridge the divide, lift up our fellow citizens, and create a nation where opportunity is truly within reach for all.